Hey, today's topic is sex/gender. I also will some of the most common gender. Of course I will leave a link to the website so you can find more genders and terms. Let's start with the terms sex and gender. Sex. Society typically tells us that there are two sexes, male and female. You may also be familiar with the fact that some people are intersex, or have a difference of sexual development, DSD. Gender is a spectrum. Although a majority of people in our society do identify as men or women, there's a wide range of possibilities between and beyond the two. Gender is a spectrum of biological, mental, and emotional traits. The gender binary, also called gender binarism or genderism, is a belief that gender is composed of two distinct and opposite genders, women/men, in which there is not overlap. Unfortunately for those who believe in a gender binary, it is not scientifically or medically correct. Gender can't be binary, because it is a personal identity and is socially constructed. Sex, which refers to one's biological characteristics, also exists as a spectrum, because intersex people exist. A person's sex can be female, male, or intersex, which can present as an infinite number of biological combinations. Today, numerous scientific fields, including biology, endocrinology, physiology, genetics, neuroscience, and reproductive science, have confirmed that both sex and gender exist as a spectrum. This is true for humans and across the animal kingdom. Across many cultures, they are intertwined. Examples of this include two-spirited people for Native American/First Nations people, Hijra for South Asian people, also known as Kinner or Kinner, MH for Kanaka Maoli, Hawaiian, and Mahi, Tahitian, cultures, Fakality for Tongans, Fafafine for Samoans, and many others. Sex and gender exist as a spectrum for humans and animals, and in fact, plants too. We might as well embrace it, because after all, natural variation has caused the rise of our species to 7.8 billion, right now around 8 billion. To read about gender diversity in the animal kingdom, there is a link for you in the description. A lot of animal traits aren't accepted in the human race, which is pretty normal, but just like, for example, a dog, we are just another kind of species living on Earth. Humans might be a little more intelligent, we aren't more than animals, and in many ways the same. Like is said before, I will name some genders. There are a lot more than this. Omnigender, a non-binary gender identity that describes people who experience all or many gender identities on the gender spectrum simultaneously or over time. Similar to Pangender. Pangender, a non-binary gender identity that describes people who experience all or many gender identities on the gender spectrum simultaneously or over time. Similar to Omnigender. Polygender, this gender identity term describes the experience of having multiple gender identities simultaneously or over time. Genderqueer, this non-binary gender identity and term describes someone with a gender that can't be categorized as exclusively man or woman, or exclusively masculine or feminine. People who are genderqueer experience and express gender in different ways. This can include neither, both, or a combination of man, woman, or non-binary genders. Non-binary, also referred to as ENBE, this is a gender identity and umbrella term for gender identities that can't be exclusively categorized as man or woman. Individuals who are non-binary can experience gender a variety of ways, including a combination of man and woman, neither man nor woman, or something else altogether. For more genders and terms, check the link in the description. This was the video for today. I hope you learned more. See ya.